Welcome back to the channel. We're Dan and Stephen, a married couple travelling the UK in our little VW camper van, Daisy. We gave up our old lives to give time back to ourselves and to try and forge a new existence living in a van. Trying to sustain this new life through the good, bad and unknown has allowed us to experience more of our beautiful country, and in this video we continue to explore the Outer Hebrides off Scotland's northwest coast. So sit back, relax and come along dear. Last week we left you after visiting another spectacular beach, and we start the video finding one of our favourite park-ups by a loch and restored Norse mill and kiln, which I tried to explore that evening but the freezing wind got the better of me. Once again it's freezing, there's hail on and off, there's like ice in the air. So I was going to do a little bit of exploring, but I am too cold and the bed's been set up, and quite frankly the idea of just snuggling down early, bit of dinner, sounds too good right now in this weather. And hopefully tomorrow will be a bit better. Let's have a look around. There's meant to be like an old Norse mill around here. I don't know what that is or what it's about or what's actually there. But what a place. Girl days. Oh, let me in, it's so cold. Oh, it's freezing. Oh. I went to look for this Norse mill, but I can't find it, and I don't know if it's too far out, but I'm too cold. I just want to get in. So I'm getting in. Oh, it's a bit like a gymnastics kind of thing, getting in and out of this van. Sometimes I swing in and swing round. Beautiful spot though, really peaceful, and we've got a signal, which is strange. Wasn't expecting that.
Always a bonus.
Yep. Now we can have some dinner. We carry on setting up the bed, settle down, maybe watch a film.
Yeah, and have an early night.
Have an early night. The thing is, it's really light, so it feels like, oh, we're settling down in the afternoon, but it's not. It's, what is it, 7:30 now? It's crazy. This clock's going forward has made all the difference. The next morning we fueled up for the day with a healthy breakfast, which wasn't as straightforward as it seemed. How's your disgustingly healthy breakfast, Steve?
It's disgustingly healthy.
So we've got yoghurt, we've got walnuts, we've got sunflower seeds, we've got orange, which was impossible to peel, we've got strawberries, which were completely on the turn. The yoghurt looked like it was on the turn. The bowls kind of smell of last night's pasta. There's walnuts in there, I think I said that, and there's some honey drizzled over the top, which seemed to have gone really stiff, almost like it had frozen in the bottle. So all really good and very gracefully done.
You forgot to say that the orange has now curdled the yoghurt.
And the orange has now curdled the yoghurt. So it's wonderful. Joy! Well, somehow we survived the curdled breakfast, and after a quick shave went to explore the Norse mill. And it's just one of those necessary evils, it's just so boring. So that's why we're filming it, because it's so boring. The sun's out, but it is absolutely freezing, and I'm having a shave outside with a loch as a backdrop. When does that happen? Well, it actually happens quite regularly now. This Norse mill and kiln are a reminder of the Scandinavian past of these islands, and the two restored buildings showcase a way of life once common here. In fact, this corn mill and kiln were in use right up until the 1930s and were built here so water from the stream flowing from the nearby loch could power its mechanisms to produce the grain. While much of it has been reproduced, it's a rare reminder of an older way of life. There's even a folder inside with more detail on how these impressive inventions operated and sustained communities here since the Iron Age. There's an old authentic Norse dustpan and brush here. It was then time to move on, stopping for a quick lunch of whatever was left in the cupboard. So we've just reached one of the beaches we're going to explore today for a little bit, which is out there and looks glorious. The tide's out and we're running out of food. So somehow for the last few days we've managed to kind of utilise all these leftovers in the fridge and the cupboard. To hell with whether they're off or not, and actually it's been fine. And there's all sorts of things we forgot we had, little tins of things, all packets. Right now I didn't think there was anything left. I'm making myself a sardine wrap, which I think is going to be really nice. So it's got a tin of sardines, and these are cheap enough, some wholemeal wraps, some shallots which we got reduced and they've been in the fridge for ages. The skin was not so great, but you don't eat the skin, open them up and they're absolutely fine. Some tomatoes, and I'm going to put some jalapenos in, and I think that's going to be delicious. Yum yum yum. Before heading out onto the beach, well, until we gave up because it started snowing hard and our bodies were absolutely frozen. And then the sun came out, because that's kind of how it goes here, so I used the opportunity to visit St Columba's Church near Stornoway. This was once the main church of the island and an important archaeological site because it was a burial place for the MacLeod chiefs and Mackenzies who once effectively ruled the island. Then it was off to one of the most impressive features on the Outer Hebrides, the Callanish Standing Stones. These ancient towering megaliths were raised up an astonishing 5,000 years ago, predating Stonehenge. No one really knows why the circle was formed, adding to their imposing mystery, but astronomical uses are suspected. Overlooking the nearby Loch and village, you feel transported back to a magical time of arcane beliefs and practices, and it's hard not to feel moved by what seems like an otherworldly structure. The stones are free to visit and undoubtedly one of the most incredible of their kind in the UK. Then went off to explore the island's main town of Stornoway. This is the main base where you'll find large supermarkets, shops and other amenities. It's also the main port of the island and has a large fishing fleet based here. You'll notice across the islands everything is in Gaelic, and Stornoway is no exception, as you'll see everywhere, including on street signs. Gaelic is the main language of the islands and originated from the Irish Celts, whose language blended with Old Norse, making the Gaelic spoken here the unique language it is today. then tried to go in the castle, which didn't exactly work out. Should we go that way? Should we have a look? Should we just go in? Should we just knock on the door and be like, hi, can we come in? Let's go. I feel like we have to whisper, I don't know if we do. We were only allowed on the ground floor apparently, and only in that one corridor. Still, the castle looked pretty from the outside, and the museum close by is worth a look to. Gizmo. After leaving Stornoway, we made our way down the island to explore, of course, even more beaches, because as we keep saying, there are so many stunning ones and you kind of feel like you need to visit all of them on these islands. Before eventually finding an isolated park up for the night. Morning, Steve.
Morning.
Morning. So we've woken up to the first bit of good weather for so long. The best weather we had was the first day we got here, and we got here on Monday. It's now Saturday.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So we've definitely been waiting for some of the clouds to clear, and you know, I don't mind it being cloudy, you expect that out here, but just it was so cold, the wind was so strong. But we've woken up to this beautiful, calm, sunny day. Midges are out, so you know it's nice. And for the first time in quite a few days, I'm going to go for a run, because this is a very quiet little area. A few cars going past, but it should be right on the road. There's plenty of places to move out the way. And just to actually make the most of this weather, we're going to head to one of the beaches today and have a walk there. And it was a really lovely little place to park as well, because nobody's here, nobody's around, nobody was there last night, nobody was there this morning. A few cars have gone past, that's about it. So we've been really lucky. Good night's sleep. And then hopefully we're going to catch a ferry over to North Uist. Uist? Uist. Is that how you say it, Stephen?
Uist.
Uist. Over to the Uist. We're going to get a ferry over there in a few days. We then headed to one of the largest beaches on the island, Uig Beach. This mass expanse of sand is close to where the famous Lewis chess set was found in 1831, pieces made in Norway from walrus ivory in the 12th century. The majority can be found in the British Museum in London, with 11 pieces in Edinburgh. Several pieces are still missing from the chess set, which we didn't find, but we did have a lovely time exploring the sands. So we just stopped because we saw this cute little hut as we were passing down the road, and it looked open, and it is open. We weren't sure if it was somebody's little house or something like that. But one of the amazing things I love about this island, there's always weird, strange things around every corner, and this little hut is open, and it's got a window, and in the window are these little decorative items. Let's go and have a look. It is just a hut, a stone hut. Obviously no one lives in it, but it's got a tin roof, wooden beams, and look, there's all this artwork on the walls. And it's made of plastic, and there's more plastic here, some in some bottles, one in a little jar, one just standing on it by itself. And you can't read that probably, but it basically says it's sea plastic art, and it tells you who the artist was, and it's commissioned by the Glasgow School of Arts. So we're off to another beach because we haven't seen enough beaches. We also went to see the Manchester Sea Stacks, which are well worth a visit if you're on the islands, and some of the best and most isolated beaches are in this area. That's where we'll leave you this week. Join us next time as we find a park up for the memories and travel to Uist. Give us a like and subscribe if you fancy, and press that notification bell for updates. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.